Okay, for example number 1, we are trying to prove this proposition, which is under the case of addition of suitable terms. So prove by mathematical induction. 1 times 3 plus 2 times 4 plus up to n times n plus 1. This is equivalent to 1 over 6 times n times n plus 1 times 2n plus 7. Okay? We're trying to prove this proposition or this statement. So first is step number 1, verification. As I told you a while ago, we have to determine whether the specific statement or proposition holds true for the smallest value of our set of positive integers, and that would be 1. That would be 1. Now, if n is 1, okay, 1 times 3 came from, this came from here. N is 1. And then we have 1 plus 2 there. So that becomes 3. So 1 times 3. And then using the right side of the equation, 1 over 6 times n plus 1, then times 2n plus 7. So we are already substituted 1 in place of n. And then applying basic operations involved, we have 2 times 1 is 2. 2 times 1 is 2 plus 7 is 9. So, yeah, simplify it further. We have 2 over 6 is 1/3. 1/3 times 9 is 9 over 3, or simply 3. And 1 times 3 is 3. So, therefore, we proved that the proposition or the statement is true for n is equal to 1. Now, if that is true, second step, what if any other positive integer? Okay, what if we'll be using any other positive integer? Let's say k. Assume the proposition is true for some positive integer k. Okay, this is k. So we're just substitute k in place of n from our given statement or proposition. That's why we have this line. 1 times 3 plus 2 times 4 plus k times k plus 2 over is equivalent to 1 over 6k times k plus 1 times 2k plus 1. Now, later on, this will be our reference to improving the specific statement. Step 3. Show that the proposition is also true for the next positive integer. A next positive integer. If our reference number is k, the number next to it is, the positive integer next to it is k plus 1. K plus 1. Okay, so we'll be replacing k with k plus 1. Okay, so substituting k plus 1 in place of k, we have k plus 1, this is k, times k plus 1 plus 2. This is our reference, no? This is our reference. We are to replace every variable k with k plus 1. Okay, k plus 1 times k plus 1 plus 2, and same goes on the right side of the equation. 1 over 6, k plus 1. And here, nauna si k dito na. This is k. This is k. Oops. K plus 1, and then k plus 1 plus 1. And we have the last factor, 2k plus 7 is 2 times k plus 1 plus 7.
So, substitute lang lahat ng meron na k, no, sir?
Yes, basically, yes. Now, using the hypothesis we had, we add k plus 1 times k plus 3 on both sides. Okay. Now, where this factor came from? Where did this factor came from? It actually came from our step number 3 here. Wait. Came from here. Okay. K plus 1 and then k plus 3. Okay, k plus 1 and then times k plus 3. So, because k plus 1 plus 2 is k plus 3. Are we clear with that?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, we'll be adding both sides of the equation with k plus 1 times k plus 3. Here. We already added dun sa left side. Ito yung reference natin, no? This is our reference. This is our reference. We actually added k plus 1 times k plus 3 to the left side of this equation. And then, whatever value we added to the left side will also be added to the right side so that balance yung equation natin. So doing that, right, this is our original equation, and adding k plus 1 times k plus 3, we have this. We have this. So okay tayo sa line na to. We basically added k plus 1 times k plus 3. And then we have to verify. We have to verify, or upon simplifying or manipulating the right side of the equation, are we getting the same as this?
Sir, pwede magtanong?
Yes, Salina.
Lagi lang po bang 1 yung answer?
Sa step number 1. Step number 1. Otherwise
sige po, sir.
stated.
Thank you.
Otherwise stated, we have this. Now, if it is not stated kung what specific value you should be using in step number 1, then please make use of n is equal to 1, because this is the list possible. I mean, this is the smallest, this is the least value within the set of positive integer.
So, kapag walang given na value ng n, sir, matik na 1.
Yes, you'll be using the least, the smallest. Okay. Where? And so we have to manipulate our right side now from here. 1/6 times k plus 1 times k, 2k plus 7 plus 6k plus 3. Now what happened to this? So if we can observe, there is a common factor between the terms. We have k plus 1 here and another k plus 1 here. Okay? There exists a common factor between the terms. We have the k plus 1 and then another k plus 1. So we can actually undistribute or factor out k plus 1 from the terms. So doing that, we have k plus 1 here. Then the other factor would be, if we factored out k plus 1, what was left will be k times 2k plus 7. Okay, factoring out k plus 1 again, plus 6 plus k plus 3. Again, why we have 6 here. Why do we have 6 here? I already explained this last meeting. So where actually came from
1/6 kasi.
1/6. Yes, it came from 1/6 because ito. This is the only term from the equation that is consisting of 1/6. No, walang 1/6 si second term. So to make the equation mathematically correct, no, syntactically correct, we have to apply the concept of LCD, least common denominator. Okay, if our LCD is 6, 6/6 times 1 is 6. So this is over 6. And then 6, this contains imaginary over 1, no? This term. It consists, or there is an imaginary over 1. So LCD, 6/1 is 6 times the numerator is 6. Kaya meron tayong 6 to 1. Okay, so that's why we have 6 times k plus 3 here. Okay, so simplify natin further. We can distribute k to 2k plus 7. We'll have 2k squared plus 7k, and then we can distribute 6 to k plus 3. That's why we have 6k plus 18. Then moving further, actually nag-shortcut tayo dito, but actually this came from, let me show you the other line. 1/6 k plus 1. Then this is 2k squared. Combining similar terms, 7k plus 6k will give us 13k. And we have 18k. Then we can actually, this is a trinomial, no? So we can factor this. Possible factor, since positive lahat, so dapat plus. That's why we have this. 2k plus 2 times 2k plus 9. Ay, malinaw yung line, ne?
Sir,
Yes, Cheryl.
kapag ano sir, kung hindi siya factorable yung nakuha natin doon, i-ano na lang, proceed na lang.
Yes. So, ayun. Ano ba tayo? But then again, what we're trying to prove here is that when we add k plus 1 times k plus 3 here, dun sa ating assumption, we should be getting on the right side of the equation. Ito yung pinaka-aim natin. Remember that, no? Remember that. This is our aim. We should be getting the same equation. 1/6. So, yan. Factor natin. And then by simple manipulation, yeah. Yun. Yung k plus 2, we just separate k plus 1. And then from 2k plus 9, we separate again 2k plus 1. That's why we have this last line. 1/6. 1/6 times k plus 1 times, okay, k plus 1 plus 1. Again, this came from k plus 2. And then 2 times k plus 1 to 7. This also came from 2k plus 9. And if we observe this line to our proof, step number 3. Step number 3. We were now equivalent. Therefore, we prove that the proposition holds true for any integer, any positive integer k, and then the value next to k, or k plus 1. Any
So,
question?
pinaka-goal natin, sir. Sir, yung pinaka-goal, dapat kahit i-add mo yung, yung value nung k, ayun yung n. Kailangan babalik ka pa rin dun sa yung,
Here. Take note yung kino-compare natin is step 2 and step 3. Step 2 and step 3. We added k plus 1 times k plus 3 to our step 2. Okay, step 2. Step 2 yung ginamit natin, ha? And then proceeding to the process, later on we found out that you'll be getting this equation. Tuha?
Sir, can we ask for another example? Okay lang po.
Oo naman, syempre naman. Yes, Marvin?
Kuha, sir.
Tuha, okay. Okay, we have more examples here, of course. Hence, or for our conclusion, hence, if the proposition is true for n is equal to k, we have proved it to be true for the integer next to k, which is k plus 1. Now, if that's the case, if the proposition holds true for k plus 1, it also holds true for the other k plus 2, k plus 3. Saan ba yun? Hence, by step 3, also hold true for k plus 1, so to 2. If n is 2, pwede rin. If n is 3, pwede rin. If n is 4, or any other positive integral value. So thus, the proposition is true for all positive integer. So, for example, another case here. Another case. We have the divisibility rule. The divisibility rule. Show by mathematical induction that 2 raised to 3n minus 1 is divisible by 7. 2 raised to 3n is divisible by 2 raised to 3n minus 1 is divisible by 7. So first step, again, we're trying to verify whether the given statement is true for n is equal to 1. So if n is 1, we have 2 raised to 3 times n minus 1 is equal to 7. And simplifying the exponential term, 2 raised to 3, or 2 cubed is 8. 8 minus 1 is 7. So the statement is true for n is equal to 1. If this is true for n is equal to 1, let's try other integral value or positive integer, k. Okay, k. We have 2 raised to 3k minus 1 is divisible by 7. This is our assumption. This is our assumption. Now, assuming that this is true, therefore, the integer next to k also holds true for the specific proposition. We shall show that whenever the proposition holds, then it also holds true for integer n is equal to k plus 1. So, same process, we have to replace k with k plus 1. So 2 raised to k at 2 raised to 3 times k plus 1 minus 1 is also divisible by 7. Also divisible by 7. So simplifying this further, we have 2 raised to 3k plus 3. Okay, by loss of exponent, when we are going to multiply, to add to exponents pala tawag yan. When are we going to add to exponents if in case we have the same base and the operation is multiplication? If I were to give you another example, let's say x, this is just an example, no? This is not related to the given equation. Let's say equation. For example, we have x cubed times x, let's say to the 5th. Okay? By loss of exponent, if we are multiplying two terms with the same base but different exponent, what we are going to do is we just
add the exponent.
Add the exponent. Yes, very good. So this rule is the basis of this line. And vice versa, no, if we add the exponent, therefore we can separate.
Subtract.
We can separate the two factors. Nakuha? Nakuha yung line na to, ne? Okay, moving on. So let me just delete this. Hindi natin gamit later on. So we have 2 raised to 3k times 2 raised to 3 minus 1. Then moving further, simplifying 2 raised to 3, we have 8. Okay? 2 raised to 3, we have 8 times 3. Oops. Save. Times 2 raised to 3k minus 1. Then moving on, counting manipulation lang from our equation. So we have 8 times 2 raised to 3k minus 8 minus 7. Now where did this came from? Where did this came from? This came from -1. This came from -1 because we're trying to see whether the two terms is divisible by 7. It's divisible by 7. Jessica, if step 1 pa lang na hindi na natin mali na yung assumption natin by verification, we can just stop there. Jessica, if step 1 pa lang, we already found that the proposition, that the statement is not true, then we can stop there and say that or conclude that the proposition is not true. For any...
proceed sa step 2, sir.
Yes. We can no longer proceed to step 2, step 3, and step 4. Mag-conclude na kagad tayo na the proposition will not be true for any positive integral value.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Saan tayo kasi? Ayun, we're trying to prove that the terms here are divisible by 7. Divisible by 7. So, -1 here is the same as 8 minus 7. 8 minus 7. I mean, +1, I'm sorry. Separate natin yung operation. +1 here is 8 minus 7. And then, distributing negative to the both side of the term, both of the terms, I should say, we have -8 and then +7. -8 and +7. And then, we can observe that we have a common factor of 8. Common factor of 8. So we can factor this out. So we have this term, 8 times 2 raised to 3k minus 1. And we have 7. So what does this mean? What does this imply? We know for sure that is in step 3, in our assumption, that 2 raised to 3k minus 1 is already divisible by 7. That is our assumption, right? That is our assumption. So therefore, this is divisible by 7. Okay, this is divisible by 7. And of course, 7 is also divisible by 7. Therefore, the whole equation is divisible by 7. Clearly, the right side is divisible by 7. Thus, ito. Thus, 2 raised to 3 times k plus 1 minus 1 is also divisible by 7. What?
Per question po,
Yes, Chelsea.
saan po nanggaling yung 2 raised to 3k minus 1?
2 raised to 3k minus 1. Here, by factoring out 8. Factoring out 8. Okay? Ito ba?
So, medyo confusing po. Yung sa taas, sir, yung may 2 raised to 3k po, tapos times 2 raised to 3 po.
Which part kasi?
Sa step 2. Step 2, sir.
Step 2. Here. Ito ba? 2 raised to 3k minus 1. Chelsea. Michael.
Yung kanina, sir, yung sa may yung sinabi niyo pong factor nung 8.
Oh, nasagot ko
Yan,
na
sir,
yung
yan,
tanong.
sir. Yes po.
Okay. How about John Michael? Which part are we are confused? Michael.
Lang, sir. Yung po sa step 3, sir.
Step 3. Which part?
Yung sir, yung doon sa 3, yung...
Bilangin mo yung
sir,
line. Okay. Pang ilang line?
Pangatlo, sir.
Pangatlong line. Here. Ito ba, Michael?
Apo. Yung...
Okay. Sige. Yung?
Sige, sir. Lang, sir.
Ito lang. Kumakain ka ata, Michael, eh. Okay, I repeat. This came from the loss of exponent. No? Loss of exponent. If exponents are to be added, meaning to say we have 2 factors with the same base but different exponent. We have 2 factors with the same base or whatever kapag meron tayo dito another plus. Okay, we have 3 factors naman. Since we have 2 terms here, we have 2 factors with the same base but different exponent. So the exponents are 3k and 3. Okay, balik ko yung example ko kanina for the sake of John Michael. And Michael, you try to evaluate this and compare this to step by step. Line number 3. John Michael, what is x cubed times x to the 5th?
X raised to 8, sir.
X raised to 8. Or we can write that as x raised to 3 plus 5. Okay? So this is the same. This is the same rule that we applied to your line number 3.
Kaya narito ako, sir, kasi hindi ko nakita yung plus 3, sir. Kala ko saan galing yung 2 raised to 3, sir, kanina. Ito, sir, yung sa pangalawang line, mayroon pala siyang sir, 2 raised to 3k plus 3. Hindi ko nakita, sir, yung plus 3. Po ako.
Okay. Yung 3 doon, nanggaling siya sa dito, no? By distributing 3 to k times k plus 1. Okay. So, clear tayo doon. Any more question? We can now conclude Hence, if the proposition is true for n is equal to k, we have proved it to be true for n is equal to k plus 1. But the proposition also holds true for n is equal to 1 equal to k. Hence, in step 3, it also holds true for n is equal to k plus 1, which is the second term. Second integral value to 1. Being true for n is equal to 2 is equal to k, then by step 3, it also must hold true for n is equal to 3, n is equal to 4, n is equal to 5, and other positive integers. Thus, the proposition is true for all positive integral value of n. Okay, that is divisibility rule. Divisibility rule. Okay, more example. Addition and
Sir, question po.
Yes, John Paul.
Sir, yung plus 7 po ba, galing po ba sa divisible by 7?
Yes, kasi yun yung
Sa
gusto
last
nating
po.
i-prove.
Okay.
Yun yung gusto nating i-prove that. Since we have two terms, the first term is divisible by 7 and the second term is also divisible by 7. For the whole equation to be divisible by 7. That is what we are trying to prove. That's why we use 7 here. We use 7 here. 8 plus 1. 8 minus 7. Sorry, 8 minus 7. Okay. No more question. We can proceed to example number 3. Example number 3. Addition and subtraction of suitable terms. Show by mathematical induction that x raised to 2n minus y raised to 2n has a factor of x plus y. X raised to 2n minus y raised to 2n has a factor of x plus y. Step 1, verify. If n is equal to 1, is the given, ang tawag dito, dividend yung tawag natin dito, no? Or the given equation na lang. It has a factor of x plus y. Patay natin. So if n is 1, we have x raised to 2 times 1 minus y raised to 2 times 1. Simply x squared minus y squared. And okay, obviously this is the difference between squares whose factors are the sum and difference between the same two terms. Sum and difference between the same two terms. So the factors are x plus y and x minus 1. Clearly, we can see, we can observe that one of its factors is x plus y. So step 1, verified. Step 2, what if we take any positive integer other than 1? Let's say k. Let's say k. So we'll be replacing n with k in our given equation. So we have x raised to 2k minus y raised to 2k has a factor of x plus y. I think dito tayo nag-stop last time, no? Nag-stop tayo dito last time. So proof of induction. If our assumption is true, then the integer next to k will also be true. K plus 1. We'll be replacing k with k plus 1. Okay? We'll be replacing k with k plus 1. That's why we have x squared times k plus 1 minus y squared times k plus 1 also has a factor of x plus y. Okay. Now, performing division in the form of dividend is equal to divisor. Ito yung gusto kong explain sa inyo last time, no? I-repeat my explanation. I'm going to use this form. Let's say we are to divide 15 by 4. Okay, 15 by 4. 15 by 4 is the quotient of 15 over 4 is 3. And we have remainder 1. I repeat, 15 over 4 is 3, remainder 1. 3, remainder 1. So using this form, our divisor is 4, right? Our quotient is 3 and our remainder is 1. So this should be equivalent to our dividend, which is 15. Wait lang. Ang quotient natin, tama ba ako? Ay, hindi. Remainder 3. Sorry. Remainder 3. Thank you. That should be remainder 3. Thank you. Thank you. Remainder 3. This should be equivalent to 50. So, ito yung form na gagamitin natin. No? We have the divisor, which is 4. And then we have the quotient, which is 3, and our remainder. So this is the very form that we are to use. Yun nga lang, we have to. We have to apply long division muna dito. How to apply the long division? Where does this came from? Comparing our step 3. No? Yung numerator natin is step 3. And our denominator is our step 2. Okay. Now, if the result is divisible by, has a factor of x plus 5, then we already proved that for any integer, we can say that the proposition is true. So, try natin. You have your advanced algebra, right?
Yes.
Last sem. So, na-discuss yung long division. Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sige. Long division tayo, ha? Let me... Long division. So, this is our dividend. Ano ba isusulat yan? Using x. Using y. This. Gawin na lang ako ng vertical line. Then, gamit ako na... Ayan. Ano lang tayo, ang tawag dito. Try to be resourceful. And this is our divisor. So, ito natin nilalagay yung ating quotient. And observe din natin what is our remainder. So, what is the process of dividing? Is the process. Siguro, let's try to Let's try to simplify this. Simplify muna natin. So this could be k, and then we have plus. Okay, from there, long division. Long division. First term muna tayo. First term. Anyone? Okay, process natin. What should we multiply to x raised to 2k so that the result is x raised to 2k plus 2?
X squared, sir.
X squared. Yes. That is our first. X squared. So multiplying x squared to x is 2k, we have now, copy lang natin pala. And then whatever we multiply to that will also be multiplied to. We have x squared. Basta lang natin, y is equal to 2 raised to k plus. And then we'll be changing the operation, no? Yun yung nasa rule natin yun. This is plus, this becomes minus. And this is minus, this becomes.
Sir, di ba dapat walang plus 2 yung y raised to 2k plus 2 kasi yung divisor wala namang plus 2, yung y.
Which part? Which
Yes po,
part?
sir.
Jurin?
Wala po.
Yung y raised to 2k plus 2, sir. Yan, yung
Y raised to 2k.
Dapat wala siyang plus 2 kasi yung divisor naman. Yung y, wala siyang plus 2 yung divisor. Y raised to 2k lang siya.
Y raised to 2k. Walang divisor na.
Ayun, ano ba yung nasa labas? Ito.
Ito?
Hindi, sir, yung y.
Wala siyang?
Dapat wala siyang plus 2.
Wala siyang plus 2, sir.
Bakit wala siyang plus?
Yung base ng ano, sir, X and Y.
This came from here, no? Binaba ko lang si y raised to 2k plus 2.
Sir, di ba dapat distributive yung sa taas? X squared multiply by negative y raised to 2k, sir.
Yung quotient, sir, tsaka yung divisor pag mo multiply. Kaya naging siya x squared times y raised.
Wait lang. Ulit. So, diba, this is the quotient. Now, this is the first term of the quotient. Now, we have to multiply this. Okay. Sige. Tama. Bining down ko na siya kaagad without realizing this term. Okay, thank you. So, tatanggalin natin si... Okay, so, thank you. Tama. So, we have x squared times y raised to 2 raised to k. And then yun, we'll be changing the sign, no? If positive, magiging negative. Positive, magiging negative. So, this will be canceled out. And we will bring down. We have to bring down. Underline ko na lang ito. Then, so cancel na yon. We have, copy this. Then, let me copy this. 1 is equal to 2 raised to k. Okay, next. X squared. Yun natin kung lumabas na yung ating this is our dividend. Okay. Yes, lumabas na siya. Ay, so this actually came from the remainder, but remainder pala yun, sorry. Our remainder. Where is remainder kasi? Divisor. This is the quotient. X squared, right? This is the This is a divisor. Magkabaliktad lang, no? Magkabaliktad lang siya by commutativity. And then plus our remainder. This is our remainder. So this must be came from here. This must be came from here. Kasi if we will to simplify this, we'll have, ko lang. We have x raised to y. Okay. Minus. Let's separate. Separate natin yung dalawang y. And then times y is equal to 3. Okay, and then we can observe common factors. We can distribute or undistribute or factor out y raised to 2k. So that's why we have y.
Kumbaga, ika-cancel na lang yung y raised to 2k na, sir.
Yeah. And then lalabas siya as 1. X squared minus 1. Hindi, yun na pala yun. Yun na pala yung ating ano. Lumabas na siya. There's no need to undistribute. We have x squared times y raised to 2k minus y squared times. Although, iba lang. By commutativity, magkaiba lang yung position, yung order. Okay? Yung order ng ating terms. Pareho lang sila. X squared raised to y raised to 2k minus. Okay, we have same operation minus. We have y squared. Unahin natin si y squared para magpareho siya dun sa given. Okay, we have y squared times y raised to 2k. This is the remainder. Take note, this is the remainder. This is our quotient. This is our quotient. This is our remainder. So following the form of dividend is equal to divisor times the quotient plus the remainder. We'll be getting this line. We'll be getting this line. Ay, medyo, komplikado yung solution natin this time. So here is our dividend. Okay, our dividend, yung numerator natin. This is a rational expression natin. And then this is our divisor. The denominator. And this is our quotient. And this is our remainder. Plus our remainder. Okay, clear tayo doon. By algebra, no? By long division. And following the form. Okay, next step. Separate natin si ito. Kasi we already assume that this contains a factor of x minus y. So let's separate this. So separate natin to from the equation. This line came from, we have a common factor. Common factor natin. Ayan, pinactor out natin si y raised to 2k. Y raised to 2k. Nakuha nyo? Yung ginagawa natin kanina from here. We are trying to factor out y raised to 2k. And if you observe each term, take note, this is divisible by, contains a factor of x plus y. Now from our assumption. And at the same time, our next term contains this x squared minus 1. Again, this is already proven. We already proved this to have a factor of x plus 1 from here, from our step number 1. Therefore, the whole equation has a factor of x plus 1. Nakuha, guys.
Yes, sir.
Yes, Marvin. Okay, how about the others?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Let me repeat. Let me repeat. This is our assumption. This is our assumption. Now, assuming that this is true. Assuming that is true. That's why we have k plus 1, the next integral factor. And based on our solution, one of our terms contains x raised to 2k minus y raised to 2k, which is our assumption. Now, if this first term is or has a factor of x plus y by step 2, and then by step 1, we also can observe x squared minus y squared, which is when n is equal to 1. And yes, obviously, one of its factors is x plus y. Therefore, as our conclusion, we can conclude that by induction hypothesis, x is equal to 2k, raised to 2k minus y raised to 2k has a factor of x plus y. And so, with this, x squared minus y squared also the factor of x plus y. So hence the whole yung sa step 3 natin, has a factor of x plus y. Notice that in the preceding equation we add and subtract x squared y raised to y squared to confused lang tayo dito. So yun, any question? This sum and difference of suitable terms.
Wala po.
Okay.
Sir, pwedeng isa pa pong example. Same case.
Same case. Tignan natin, tignan ko yung binigay ko sa inyo. Kung meron tayong
Sir, isang case pa.
Sum and difference. Divisibility. This is inequality. Ayan, divisibility. Pero kung sasagutan natin to, wala tayong gagawin sa ano. Wala tayong gagawin. Let me see my book. Kung mayroon tayong for example. Yeah. Wait lang Sum and difference. Divisibility. Marami lang ang divisibility yan, sum and difference. Base and then there is next. Ano ba yung given kanina? Okay, one more example. Also, compared to this one, mas simple to kaysa dun sa given. Okay. Show by mathematical induction that x is divisible by x minus y. It's divisible by Okay. We have this example. Take note of divisibility rule. If a number is divisible by another number, therefore, that number is also a factor of the given number. Tama? Tama ba? Response naman tayo. Let me repeat my statement, no?
Yes, sir.
Tama, sir.
If a number is divisible by another number, then that number is a factor of another number. So, step 1. Step 1. Show by math. Okay. If n is equal, if n is equal to 1, separate pa lang ito. Okay, if n is equal to 1, we have x raised to 1 minus y raised to 1, which is, of course, x minus 1. Okay. So is it divisible by x minus 1?
Sir.
Yes.
Yes,
So we can say that by, ano ba yung statement natin dito? Can we say that, reference lang. Yun, bilang natin. X, here we can say x minus 1. X minus y pala is divisible by x minus y. Okay, next, step 2. Our assumption. Hypothesis ba yung tawag natin? Assumption hypothesis. Yes. Ay, induction hypothesis. I'm sorry. So, if any value other than 1, kung mag-prove din natin. Okay, so we have x raised to k minus y raised to k is divisible by x minus y. Okay, x minus y. Step 3. Step 3. Proof of induction. Proof of induction. If we found, or if this is true, if our assumption is true, then the proposition holds true also in k. Or k na lang. Ano ba yung statement natin na k is equal to k plus 1? Or n pala, sorry. Should be n. And then so we can say that x raised to k plus 1 minus y k plus 1 is also divisible. Is divisible. So how can we prove this? Can we use the same process? Can we use the same process?
Yes, sir.
Add and subtract. Let me verify.
Sir, so pwede paghiwalayin na yung ano, diba? X raised to k tapos x raised to 1.
Sir.
Factor out natin. Sige. Try to factor out. This is equivalent to Separate now. Let's separate the two. We have x k times x minus y raised to k times wala tayong exponent. Okay. Ito ba yun? Is this the one?
Yes, sir.
Ano ba yung ginawa ito? X plus y had we shall do side. Wait lang ne. Y raised to k. We verify the solution now. Kasi if we use this, we won't be seeing any development in our process. Times k. Okay. So from here, times x, k plus 1. Again, nawala na rin ako. Add and subtract. Add and subtract. So we have to add and subtract x raised to k times y. You know what? Nahirapan akong sundan ito. Now let's just try to apply what we know, So if we'll be using this, can we prove any development from our process? Any development? xk. Wala ne. Kung wala,
Hindi siya pwedeng x raised to k minus y raised to k tapos multiply by x. Hindi.
x raised to k. How is that?
Plus.
Sige. Let me consolidate your solution. Repeat ang tawag dito. Cheryl.
So hindi siya mali siya kasi kapag in-expound mo yun, mag-iiba yung answer. Kasi yung naisip ko, x raised to k minus y raised to k. Multiply by x minus y pag inaano mo, sir.
So, gawin na lang natin yung same with solution a while ago. So, yung solution natin, if this is divisible by 7, now dividing this from the statement or equation in step number 3, the result must also be divisible by x minus by 7 to divisible by x minus 1, I should say. So we'll be using that, no? We'll be using that. We'll be applying the use parenthesis here. And this is our x raised to k minus y. Okay. Yun. So by long division, and then in the form of, take note of the form, no? We will be using this once in a while. Dividend is equal to divisor times the quotient plus the remainder. Now, if we were to divide this, what could be the what could be the quotient and our remainder? Quotient and our remainder. We use natin to. This. It's our dividend. Okay. Okay, from here, what is our quotient? First term of the quotient.
X.
X. X. So if you multiply X, siya magkatapat natin. You have X raised to K plus 1. Okay. Minus Y. What's Y? X muna eh. X times raised to. Kakopy ko na naman sa taas. Sorry. There should be case. And then we have to interchange or change the sign from positive becomes negative. And then, of course, negative to positive. Okay. Then from there, cancel out si inverse terms. So, matitira sa atin as our remainder is xy raised to k minus y raised to k. Okay, this is our remainder. So we can use the form. Our dividend equivalent to our divisor, our quotient muna. The quotient natin times our divisor. What is our divisor? Here. Ayan. Nothing more? Ayan. This is the line. Sorry, meron ko pala tayo remainder. And based on our assumption, the first term is already divisible by x minus y. In our assumption, step number 2. So, ito na lang yung problema natin, the next term. So, what should we be doing? Ano yung manipulation na kailangan natin?
Distribute po.
Okay, let's just try to undistribute y. Let me just separate this. I raised y lang. Sorry, y lang. So undistribute y will be having y raised to k, right? Good. X minus y. There. Kita natin. Our first term is clearly divisible by x minus y based on our assumption. And based on our first step, that x minus y is divisible by x minus y. Therefore, this term is also divisible by x minus y. Okay. Conclusion na tayo. Let's try to Conclusion na agad. There's no need to summarize the step. Step 4, conclusion. We don't have to be detailed here, no? Dun sa example lang natin, it's just summarize what the process of pure induction. Pero we can just say that conclusion natin. Ano ba yung ito? You can say that x raised to n. This is our conclusion. X raised to n. Sorry. X raised to n is divisible by x minus 1, x minus y for any integral or for any positive integer, ganun lang. So that would be your conclusion. Any question? Iba yung process ng book natin kaya hindi ko nasundan. Book ko pala. Any question? Hello? Diyan pa tayo?
Answer.
Let's proceed to last case.
Sir,
Yes, Cheryl.
Gusto ko lang clarify, sir. Doon sa conclusion, sir, hindi naman kailangan na
Itali?
yung na-prove mo lang yung sasabihin
Yes.
mo. Hindi na
Basically, yun lang yung
prove na,
kailangan
sir.
natin. That's your conclusion.
Nasabihin mo lang na na-prove mo na ganito si ganyan.
Yes. Okay. Yun. Inequalities. Proving by induction, this time involving inequalities. Show that n is less than 2 raised to n. N is less than 2 raised to n. For any positive integer, no? For any positive integer. Always yun. So, by verification, step 1, let's assume that n is equal to 1. We can clearly see that 1 is less than 2. 1 is less than 2. Okay, now what if any other positive integral value other than 1? Will this statement or proposition holds true for any value? Let's try to see. So let's say n is equal to k. This is our assumption that for any integral value, k is always be less than 2 raised to k. 2 raised to k. Induction. Show that the proposition is also true for the next integer. Next integer k plus 1. Whenever it is true for n is equal to k. So we'll be replacing k from step 2 with k plus 1. With k plus 1. Where k plus 1 is less than 2 raised to k plus 1. Raised to k plus 1. Then from there, what should we do? So multiply the hypothesis by 2. Multiplying the hypothesis by 2. Bakit? Bakit siya nag-multiply kasi? Bakit siya nag-multiply? Wait na. Confusing na to, no? Where does this came from? 2k. Okay. Okay pa. This came from here. k plus 1. Then we have k. Where did this came from? I multiply 2. Multiply 2. Wait now. Let's try to think, where did this came from? Kasi if we just to i-set aside muna natin yan para di tayo ma-confuse. We will be proceeding to our typical process. Become k plus 1. It's less than 2 raised to k times 2. Okay, 2 raised to k times 2. And then what will happen? How can we use this? How can we use this to prove our step number 3? How can we use this to prove number 3? We have plus 1. We have plus 1. Okay, sige. Copy natin. So, here. I'll be lessing this there. May mangyayari kaya? Does this matter? What will happen to this? 2, 1. Same lang. Walang nangyari. Minus 1. Compare natin. Where did 2 came from? This is plus. Multiply the hypothesis. Hypothesis by 2. Ayun, sige. I see it now. Multiply the hypothesis. This 2 came from here. Yung 2 came from here. So, if we multiply 2 daw, i-multiply natin yung 2 dun sa hypothesis natin. Kasi yun yung nakita natin dun sa, if we take k plus 1 as our value of n, yun yung nakita natin dun sa right side. Now, if we will be multiplying this 2, no, dun sa ating initial hypothesis, k is less than 2 raised to k, makikita rin natin na this is also true. So, by doing that, we have this line. Yun. Multiplying 2 gives us 2k is less than 2 raised to 2 times 2 raised to k, or simply 2k plus 1. And you can see that 2k is less than 2 raised to k plus 1. Ayun. Nakuha kaya? So we use step number 2. I'm trying kasi na to simplify this step number 3 without realizing na based on sa ating given, we have to use the hypothesis, not the proof of induction. This is our hypothesis. Now clearly 2k is less than 2 raised to k plus 1. 2k is less than 2k plus 1. Hello, andyan pa tayo?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
2k k is equal to k plus k, and since k is greater than or equal to 1, then you can say that 2k is equivalent to k plus k, which is greater than or equal to k plus 1. Greater than or equal to k plus 1. Ibig sabihin, si 2k din. If we use k plus 1 as our exponent, 2k will be lesser than 2 raised to k plus 1. As we have k plus 1 is less than or equal to 2k, less than or equal, less than 2 raised to k plus 1, or another term, ito yung nakuha natin dun sa proof of induction natin. It's like k plus 1 less than 2 raised to 2. K plus 1 less than 2 raised to k plus 1. Then we have this. Okay. Pick any and let's try to solve. Kasi masyadong marami to, bawasan natin. I think yung first case, madami yung first case. Anong gusto nyo sagutan? Para mabawasan natin. Hello? Or kung gusto nyo take home lahat
sir.
ito? Take home
Yung
lahat?
mahirap, sir. Sir, yung mahirap.
Alin dito? Alin dito?
7 po.
7. Divisibility na po. Baka naman divisibility. 7. Final answer. Ito na yun. And then the rest will be take home. Yung? Jantis mo yung madali na lang?
Yes, sir. Bala sila, sir.
Bala sila. Okay, let's try to solve 7.
Pwede kasi, sir.
Yes, Michael.
Sa akin.
Bakit?
Pwede, sir, 6, 7.
Dalawa. So lang yung usapan natin.
Okay. Isa lang. Hindi ko narinig, sir, yung isa. Sige, sir. Thank you.
Sige na nga, 6 and 7. Let's try to solve 6 and 7 so that you have 8. 8 problems for you to solve. Unahin natin sa 6. What's this? Trying to prove this by induction. 1 squared plus 3 squared plus 5 squared plus up to 2n minus 1 squared is equal to 2 times 2n minus 1 times 2n plus 1 over 3. Step 1. Step number 1. Let's verify if the given proposition is true for n is equal to 1. So, ito lang, no? This is just what we'll be using. N is equal to 1. It's 1. Ano yung parenthesis na yan? That should be bracket, no? Tayo malito sa parenthesis natin. Okay. Now, let's see if the left and the right side of the equation will be equal. So, simplifying this further, 2 times 1 is 2 minus 1 is 1 squared is 1. So, the right side, the left side is 1. Now, let's see. Meron pa akong dinapalitan. This should be 1, right? This should be 1. And this should be 1. So, let's simplify this. 2 times 1 minus 1 is 1. 2 times 2 times 2 plus 1 is 3. 2 times 1 plus 1 plus, sorry, is 3. Then, yun, kita na natin na equal yung equation 1 is equal to 1. Already verified that if n is equal to 1, we're using the least number or least value from the positive integer, the proposition holds true. Step 2. Step 2. Now, what if we'll be using any number other than 1? Let's say k. Let's say k. So we have our assumption is k minus 1 quantity squared is equivalent to 2. I mean k times 2k minus 1. Next, step 3. Step 3. If the next integer to k will be used, say n is equivalent to k plus. Sorry, plus. Okay. So we'll be replacing k na with k plus 1. 1. We have 1. 1. And we have k plus 1. And from there, ang gagawin natin? Should we do next? Simplify muna natin. Kasi kailangan natin i-compare ito sa ating. So this becomes 2k. So, nag-add tayo ng 2 sa 2k. Yeah, tama. Nag-add tayo ng 2 here. Dun sa 2k. Tama na eh. Yung 2k natin, nag-add tayo ng 2. Now, comparing. So, we'll be adding 2 sa lahat ng 2k. For all the 2k. Nakukuha nyo? Kasi this is an example of if we were to observe yung example natin addition of suitable terms. We identified a specific term that we should be adding to our hypothesis. In that case, this is our k plus 1. So, using the hypothesis, we added k plus 1 times k plus 3 on both sides. This came from okay, no, it is not just 2, but all the terms. Kasi next sa kanya. Next to k is k plus 1. We'll be adding the term next to k. We'll be adding this. Adding this to the both sides of our equation. Verify ko lang kasama yung observation natin na this is Samandi. Addition of suitable terms. Addition of suitable terms. Okay. And then we'll be simplifying the right side of the equation. The right side of the equation. So what will happen is ipapasok ko ito doon sa loob. Plus. Okay. Okay. Times 2k minus 1 times 2k plus 1 plus 3 times 2k plus 2 minus 1 square. Okay. Okay naman yung process, no? Nasusundan lahat. Hello. Nakakasunod sa process?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Simplify. Let's try to simplify this. This becomes, we can actually further simplify this. This becomes 1. Plus 1. 8 plus 1. Plus 1. And then squared. Square natin. Then becomes 4k squared. Oh, parang lumalayo tayo. Let's proceed. Process natin. Let me simplify then this. Ito. Becomes difference between two squares. Difference between two squares. So we have 4k squared minus 1. 4k squared minus 1. Ay, hindi. Wait lang. Nakita akong iba. Nakita akong iba actually. We have 2k here. And sa right side, we also have 2k there. So what if yung gawin natin? Yan. Sige. See. Kasi, ba ito lalo? Let's try to factor out first. Okay, para mabawasan yung power natin. Power of k. Para mabawasan yung power of k. We have 2k plus 1 there. 2k plus 1. Okay. Equivalent to, let's try to undistribute or factor out 2k plus 1. So, ito, and then, wala. Why we have 150. Sorry, bracket. Close. Okay, walayin natin yung terms para makita natin clearly. So yung over 3 dito, over 3 natin dito. Ilalagay ko. Gagawin ko ng fraction na just like for our example. Ayan. Yan. Mas nagiging nagkakaroon ng direction yung solution natin compared to the one that we had a while ago. So, what happened next is This is 2k plus 1. 2k plus 1. What will happen, guys? Compare natin yung given kanina. Okay, plus 1. So, gusto natin ipakita is saan si where my hypothesis natin. This one. Yeah. Yun, no? 1/6. Yun. Simplify pa natin yun. We should be simplifying this. Copy natin. So, this would have become 2k minus 1. Ano ba na yung gagawin natin dito? K plus 1. Pwede kong gawin K. K times simplify natin to, guys. What will happen? Become 2k squared minus k plus 6k. So, walang mangyayari, no? Magkakaroon lang tayo ng exponent. Okay. Compare natin. Tingnan natin yung process natin dito. Then, nag-factor siya. Okay, from here. Possible siya, nagkaroon siya ng square, pero nag-factor siya later on. Let's see if we'll be getting the same. It will be obtaining a trinomial with the factor. So this would have become a quantity squared plus or minus? Minus k. Okay. Times 6k. We have 6k plus 3. 6k plus 3. And then combining similar terms, we have 5k. Now, is this trinomial factorable or not? Factorable ba to? What is the factor, guys? If yes, what is the factor? Yo, may also pa ako. What is the factor? 2k. Then we have 2k. We have negative 3. Negative 1 here. Sorry. 2k. We have negative 3 here and negative 1. Mayak na yung bata. Nakuha. Tatawa yung factor natin. Nak. Huwag kang maingay dyan. Kapag pag-solving ko dito. 2k minus 3. K minus 1.
Apo.
So, tama, no? And then we're trying to make this equation the same as yung ating step number 3. Step number 3 here. So we're trying to look to make this this solution or yung last line natin is equivalent to this. A plus 1 over natin yung 3 since lahat naka-multiply. So B 2k plus 1. Copy ko lang yun no, para makita natin yung reference. Copy lang natin. This is... Yan. This one. Dito siya, dito. Yung kailangan natin copyhin. 2k plus 1 over 3. How? 3 minus 1. Masyadong marami, no? Pero I think ito na lang. Okay. Nakita kayo, just para mabilis. Okay. 2k plus 1, 2k minus 3k minus 1. Let's try to make this somehow the same. Do this. Hanapin natin. So we use 2 and 3, no? 2 and 3. We can actually write 3 here as the product of 2 and 1. Product of 2 and 1. Okay? Isa-isa lang muna para sundan natin. Tayo magmansanan. If that is 2 times 2 plus 1, what will happen? Is negative 2. Real negative. Negative 2. Then pag pinactor out natin si 2, yun. Nakuha na natin. This is negative. This is negative, right? 2 plus minus 3. Hindi natin makukuha yung part na to kasi negative siya. Aba yung negative natin. It should be positive. Guys, hindi nyo ako kinorek kanina. Negative k. Negative k plus 6k. This should be positive. Nakikinig kayo? Hindi nyo nakita yun. Sorry. We have 5k. This should be positive. If that is positive, then positive din ito. Must be both positive. Now, if that's is positive, gawin din natin positive. ito. Plus, yun, nakuha na natin yung first term, our first factor. First factor. We can factor out 2k. Papalitan ko rin to, no? Papalitan ko rin to. This must be positive. Positive k plus 1. Meron na tayong dalawang factors. Ayusin na lang natin. We have k plus 1. K plus 1. Plus 1. Then yung nakuha natin na 2 quantity k. So, k plus 1 plus 1. K plus 1 plus 1. Hindi nagtali. What happened? Hindi siya nag-minus ito. Siya nag-minus k plus 1 to k plus 1 plus 2k. Plus 1 plus 1. Ito yung nakuha natin. Sorry. This one. This part. Hindi siya yung minus. This part. So, wala is yung middle value. Wala is yung middle value. We can obtain this middle value by manipulating this. Now, we can obtain that middle value by manipulating this one. How? This should be same as 2 times k plus 1 minus 1. 1 here. Pwede natin siyang i-rewrite as 2 less 1. Tama? 2 less 1? 2 less 1. So, gawin natin yon. If that is 2 less 1, if 1 is equivalent to 2 less 1, what will happen? We can factor out 2. Hindi. I-distribute mo natin yung plus. Since plus lang siya, it doesn't matter. It will not change the sign. So we can factor out 2. So in return, we have 2 times 2 times k plus 1 times 1. Yun, hit na natin. So we have now proof that if our assumption is true, the next integer 2k would also be true. Hello. Hello. Yan pa tayo? Step 4. Conclusion. Medyo matrabaho lang yung process natin. Step 4, what is the we're trying to prove here? This. Ito lang. Or as our conclusion, this statement or the proposition is true for any value n. This proposition. Any question? Okay.
Wala na, sir.
It's already 11:30. Hindi ko na nasagot yung number 7. Pero let me answer number 7. Sagutan ko yung number 7 and then I'll be sending the solution to you guys.
Sir,
Okay.
ask lang, sir.
Yes.
Kung record ko, popost nyo rin po sa YouTube nyo. Within this day, sir.
Sige, within this day. Right after ng klase natin, sige, I'll be posting the...
Thank you po.
Thank you, sir.